Okay, this is the core part of this session, and today I'm going to speak about the concept of independence in the Juche Idea. This is the third part of our study course on the Juche Idea. In the first part, we had a general introduction to the Juche Idea, and in the second part, an overview of the philosophical principle of the Juche Idea. We learnt, to quote the words of Comrade Kim Jong-il, that the philosophical principle of the Juche Idea is the principle of man-centered philosophy which explains man's position and role in the world. The leader made it clear that man is a social being with independence, creativity, and consciousness. End of quotation. Independence, along with creativity and consciousness, is one of the three pillars of the concept and definition of man according to the Juche Idea. So, what does it actually mean? Some may say that independence simply means that a country is or should be independent. Others thinking along similar lines may talk about the independence of a political party or a trade union or a social organisation. Often, when people refer to someone as being independent, it means they can look after themselves or that they have their own opinions on this or that matter and are not influenced by others. Ironically, years ago, there was an old-fashioned term, independent income or independent means, which meant someone who did not depend on paid employment for their living, i.e. a capitalist or a bourgeois person. The concept of independence in Juche is far more profound and deeper in its meaning than the everyday usage of the word independence. In fact, for a time, the Korean word chaduseong was used in DPRK foreign language publications instead of independence because it was felt that the word independence did not do full justice to the term. However, some people outside of the DPRK were not happy with this, so there was a reversion back to using the term independence. Independence cannot exist without creativity and consciousness. We will look at these in detail in the later sessions. Now, let's look at what the great leaders, Comrades Kim Il-sung and Comrade Kim Jong-il, said about independence. In his classic treatise on the Juche Idea, Comrade Kim Jong-il said as follows: man is a being with independence, that is, an independent social being. Independence is an attribute of social man who is desirous of living and developing in an independent way as master of the world and his own destiny. On the strength of this quality, man throws off the fetters of nature, opposes social subjugation of all forms, and puts everything at his own service. Independence is the life and soul of man, the social being. When independence is referred to as man's life and soul, it means social and political integrity. Man has a physical life and also social and political integrity. Earlier, in 1972, President Kim Il-sung, speaking to journalists, referred in detail to independence, saying, independence is what keeps man alive. If he loses independence in society, He cannot be called a man. He differs little from an animal. We might say that socio-political life is more valuable to man than physical life. He is a social being. If he is forsaken by society and deprived of political independence, although he seems alive, he is virtually dead as a social human being. That is why revolutionaries deem it far more honourable to die in the fight for freedom than to remain alive in slavery. End of quotation. And if people want the reference for this quote, it is from On Some Problems of Our Party's Juche Idea and the Government of the Republic's Internal and External Policies, subtitled Answers to Questions Raised by Journalists of the Japanese newspaper Mancini Shimbun, 17th of September 1972, and it is in the collection on the Juche Idea and the Korean people's struggle for its application on page 86, this book here. I don't know if you can see. Indeed, independence is the life and soul of man. When independence is referred to as man's life and soul, it means social and political integrity. Man has a physical life and also has social and political integrity. Physical life is what keeps man alive as a biological organism. Social and political integrity is what keeps man alive as a social being. As man is a social being, social and political integrity is more valuable than physical life. Accordingly, if man is deprived of his social and political integrity, he is the same as dead, even though he's physically alive. What is the difference between man's life and animal's life? If the life of man is simply eating, dressing, and keeping one's life. Therefore, people fight against the oppressors for independence, social and political integrity, as long as they are alive. In history, there have been many righteous and honourable people who have devoted their lives to the independence of the popular masses and for the freedom and happiness of the people. There have been countless examples and so many heroes. Many, I think, here will recall the sacrifice of Major Ernesto Che Guevara as one such example. The great Cuban and Argentinian revolutionary who died on the battlefields of Bolivia. In the DPRK, there are many stories about heroic soldiers who devoted their valuable lives for the independence of the country and for the freedom of the people and for the Korean Revolution. And I'll give you the following example. And this is Lee Soo-bok, and he wrote as follows: I am a youth of liberated Korea. Life is valuable, so it is the hope for the bright future. But my life, my hope, and my happiness are less valuable than the destiny of my fatherland. I have only one life, but no life, no hope and happiness are so noble, so beautiful, and so great than to devote my only one life for my only one fatherland. And Lee Soo-bok was a hero of the Korean People's Army who, at the age of 18, silenced an enemy pillbox, a US pillbox, by sacrificing his own life. and the story of Rees-Mogg powerfully encourages the masses of Korean people in the sacred struggle for independence. And although the physical life of Rees-Mogg ended when he was 18 years old, his valuable social and political integrity is still alive. And in fact, they're immortal because, he will be remembered, from generation to generation. Social and political integrity are so valuable and immortal that they cannot be exchanged or bartered for anything else. Some people may doubt if physical life has no value at all. Of course, physical life is valuable for man. So, people want a long life in good health, and they develop health services and hospitals and also sports. But simply just to maintain, physical life cannot be the fundamental purpose of life. We are not animals, and I remember as a kid, my father pointed out to me that our pet cat, he said, all it can do is eat, drink milk and sleep and very little else. I think that's a good point about, animal life and, how man is a higher form of life. Anyway, physical life only has value when it serves glorifying social and political integrity. The social and political integrity of man is maintained through the struggle to defend and realize independence. Social and political integrity of an individual is given and maintained through the struggle for the country and nation, for the independence of the popular masses. Those who do not make the struggle for the country and nation, the independence of the popular masses, only pursuing indolence and pleasure, can never have social and political integrity, nor be an independent social being or lead the life worthy of a man. Indeed, independence is the basic attribute that keeps man alive and the life and soul of man a social being. This is the concept of independence in the philosophy of Juche.